This podcast contains strong language and adult themes from the outset.
Find it in the funny. Find it in the funny. With Ruth and Ange, find it in the funny.
Angie,
Patois!
how you doing?
All right, actually, mate. Yeah, not bad.
How's your
Not
week been?
bad. It's been all right, to be honest. I mean, not a huge amount to report.
No.
You know, just the general shits.
Yeah, I mean, I've been in the office today and I'm knackered.
And you're in the office tomorrow as well.
Yeah, and Wednesday.
And Wednesday.
I think I'm going to be... Come Wednesday night, I actually think I might feel dead.
I mean, you only do 3 days, Paz. It's not like you're in a week.
I'd love you to do it, Ange. Do you know what time I got up this morning?
Yeah?
10 to 7.
Yeah. That's not
What time did you get up this morning?
6:30, actually.
Bollocks.
Well, you would know, would you?
That
I
is
might have done.
absolute bullshit.
I leave my house on a Monday and a Tuesday, and sometimes on a Friday at 7:50 of a morning.
That's what time I left.
Exactly.
But do you sit in an office all day that's freezing, jeffing cold?
Yeah.
No, you go home. You go home.
No, you go home.
You sit in your hoodie and you do fuck all.
Well, I don't.
Wow.
Actually. I don't.
You don't. Anyway, listen, I had an email in from a guy called Paul.
Oh, right. Okay.
Okay, it says, hello there. This is my first time sending you lovely ladies a message. And yes, I'm a male listener. Shout out to Paul.
Hello, Paul.
I found you a while back and I absolutely love listening to you on my travels as a long distance HGV
Driver.
Yeah. I'm fully up to date and I've listened to all of your back catalogue and loved every single one of them. So many times I've had to stop. I've laughed so hard I've started crying. With regards to Christmas, my girlfriend and I sit down, write a list of what presents we want to get and what food we want to get and divide it between us. And then plan to get presents done 2 weeks before the big day. Many thanks, Paul.
Wow.
Paul. You are the best male listener we've got.
Well, we can't really say
no,
that.
I can because if Paul is carrying the emotional load,
what if Paul's lying?
Ange, we are not going to call our listeners liars.
Well, okay, fine. Okay, well done, Paul.
Paul absolutely gets a gold star, top of the class, because if he is prepared to split the emotional load of Christmas, then he gets my vote.
Well, okay. Well done, Paul.
Well done, Paul.
Well done, Paul.
If Paul came into Dragon's Den, I wouldn't even need to hear his pitch. I'd say I'm in.
Wow. Okay, that's big.
Do you watch Dragon's Den?
I mean, sometimes if it's on.
I love it.
Yeah, I sometimes, no. It wouldn't be something I would actually go and seek out.
I love it when the entrepreneurs are cocky. There was this one last week that was really fucking cocky.
I think you've got to be a bit cocky.
Well,
though,
Deborah Meaden, whatever her name is. Debs. No, it wasn't. It was Sarah. It was Sarah, whatever her name is.
Sarah.
She got cross with this one lad.
Did she?
Yeah, she said, I actually don't like your attitude. I don't like the way you've walked in here. And all Steve has done is ask a very legitimate question about the numbers you've crunched. And you can't give me an answer.
Steve.
For that reason, I'm out.
Steve
Bartlett.
Isn't it Stephen?
Yeah, Stephen Bartlett, yeah.
We just called him Steve.
That's because I'm mates with him.
Oh, okay.
I'm going on the diary of a CEO in a couple of weeks. I fucking wish. Steve, whatever your name is, if you're listening, we'd love to come on.
Well, I think we probably need to get his name right first.
Stephen Bartlett, if you're listening, we'd love to go on.
Right, now we have got to talk about Scottish Angie.
Oh my, that went fucking mental.
Oh my gosh. The amount of messages, people say how much they loved it. I had people saying, I had a variety of responses to some people saying, Ange, please don't ever do a Scottish accent again.
No, forgive me.
To people going, oh my gosh, Ange, you sound brilliant. You've nailed that, mate.
Well, I tried it this week.
Did you? And
yeah. It is weirdly addictive.
Yes, see, I told you. I told you you'd love it.
It is weirdly like
Yes.
like I had like images of being at Wembley Arena.
Yes, that's what happens. Yes. That's what happens.
Yeah.
You become Lewis. Just
Lewis
for like a few
Capaldi.
moments.
Yeah.
Lewis Capaldi. I had some people saying, one message saying something like, I don't know if you sound like Shrek or Fat Bastard.
I think it's a mix of the two. I think you're a fat bastard Shrek.
But I was like, I'm taking that.
Yeah,
that's a
take
compliment,
it.
mate.
Yeah.
You know? I had someone else telling me I sounded like, who's the Scottish comedian?
Ramsey Nesbitt.
No. No. The one with the long grey hair.
Oh, Billy Connolly.
Yeah. I had someone else saying, Ange, you sound like Billy Connolly. Just, you know, and do you know what, Pats? I nearly didn't bring Lewis.
Well,
I nearly
to
didn't
be
bring
honest,
him.
I think we're all over the moon you bought him.
Well, I am. And I think a lot of other people were. So
yeah.
In fact, we did have a version of Forget Me.
Did we?
From our OG Snedders, who is Scottish.
Okay, let's
she
play
did
it
sing
then.
us a little ression. So let's
play it now.
Let's have a listen.
'Cause I'm not ready to find out you know how to forget me. I'd rather hear how much you regret me and pray to God that you never met me than forget me.
To be honest, she doesn't sound very Scottish.
No,
although she has got quite a soft Scottish lilt, hasn't she? She's not Capaldi kind of vibes.
No. I mean, my reaction is I sound more Scottish
than Snedders.
Yes. And I'm not Scottish and Snedders is.
Are you not Scottish? I wouldn't have known that from your impression.
No, I know it's hard to believe, but I'm not.
Yeah.
I think the rolling of my R's were better.
Yeah.
I think my sort of pronunciation was better.
Yeah. To be honest, Ange, I think you just gave it more energy.
Yeah. You've got to, I think. You've got to give it. You've got to give it, haven't you?
You've got to give it. You've got to.
So yeah, I'm just pleased that, you know, Forget Me
went down
a storm. Yeah. Now then, I have got to say, we got another message in. Now, this person sent us a message.
Okay.
And this person wants to remain anonymous.
Right. And
when I read this message, it just cracked me up.
Okay.
So here we go. Hi, guys. I'm loving listening to your podcasts every week. And I wanted just to send you a little message. This is something that I saw on somebody else's social media. And it absolutely made me die. And I thought I'd share it with you guys.
Okay.
So she was asking about the things that give you the ick. Actually, I actually hate that terminology, but we'll let that fly.
We'll let that fly.
And someone mentioned when willies float in the water. For example, when a man has a bath and the willy and balls are just suspended or protruding from the placed flannel. Now, it wasn't till this person said this that she felt like she had been seen and realised how much it gets on her shitting tits. Anyway, felt it was worth sharing because I thought you'd also get the funny.
That is really funny.
And when I read it, I was like, oh my God, that actually is like willy and balls floating.
That is disgusting.
It's
disgusting. Yeah, that is actually
that, you know, when men lie back in the bath and it all just floats to the top. It's not right, is it? You know, you don't want to see that bobbing around, do you? When it's
sort of like, it can look like it's disconnected from the body.
Yes.
Yes. It's just magically floating.
Yeah. And even she was always saying, they sometimes put a flannel over it, but it just seems to
that is disgusting.
just bobs around out of the flannel, doesn't it? Because the flannel's not going to stay in place, is it?
That I've never actually thought about that, and now I can't get that image out of my head.
That is exactly, it was my response, was I've never really thought about this, but now you've mentioned it, I can't not think about it.
That is hilarious.
Yeah. So there we go, little William balls floating around in your bath.
Firstly, thanks for listening.
Yes.
And secondly, thanks for giving me an imagery that I don't think is ever going to leave my mind. That is double whammy.
Yeah.
I saw something funny on Very, Very British Problems, which I love. Very British Problems. It's one of my favourite things to follow on Instagram.
Right, now, hang on. I reckon this might be the same thing I found.
How to get taken to an item on the other side of a large shop.
Yes, that's the same one I was going to bring.
I'm going to read them because it's hilarious.
It is good.
Stay exactly 2 feet behind the staff member for the whole journey. Match the uncomfortably fast pace. Look like you're being escorted to police. Perhaps say, sorry about this. Be told, if we had any, they'd be here. Why do they always walk so fast?
Yeah. And why do you always feel like you do have to remain quite a distance behind?
Yeah. Yeah.
You've got to sort of keep that sort of, right, I can't get too close. I need to see where he/she is going. Also, the other one, when you go, sorry about this.
No, God. Sorry about this. You feel you always have to say, sorry about this.
Yeah, sorry.
There was another one that they put up about when you go to the petrol pump.
Oh, I haven't seen that.
And there's like a whole list of things you have to do. Walk into the petrol stop, take a look back, see which number you're at, get to the front, say no groceries, just petrol please, pump number 4. Like you have to, there's like a certain amount. And the other one that I saw, which I thought was really funny, was I just heard someone call life all just such a faff. Perhaps the most British description of existence ever.
All just such a faff.
Life, it is all just such a bloody faff.
Bloody hell. Now, Pats, you haven't given us any Mercedes action.
I know, I haven't. I did record it, but it doesn't play back very well.
Well, can you try again, please?
I'll do it for next week. I'll try again. I did it and I played it back and I was like, oh, it doesn't sound very good. So I need to play around with it a little bit. But I will. I've had a lot of messages about the Diet Cocaine, though. I've had a lot of messages about the Diet Cocaine.
I've had someone saying that they tried doing it in a cheaper way and it was shit.
Right, what do you mean? With like roller cola or something?
A roller cola.
Roller cola.
No, she used, I think it was like Pepsi Max. I mean,
well,
shit.
That's a crock of shit.
I mean, why are you even trying it with
Why
Pepsi
do you
Max?
buy Pepsi Max?
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
Disgusting.
I'd rather drink my own piss.
Wow. But yeah, she said she tried it with Pepsi Max and the Prosecco. Pepsi Max and Prosecco, and she was not a fan. But she did then say, I think it's because I have been very cheap. And I've just got to try it with the higher
maybe
quality.
The Prosecco won't work then. Maybe it does need to be champagne.
I mean, I do have a bottle of champagne, and it's a pricey one.
It's a bit of the verve, isn't it?
It's a bit of the verve.
It's a bit of the verve.
It's a verve Clicquot.
Well, I've got a little mini bottle of Prosecco at the supermarket to try this. I'm going to try it on Friday.
Well, you said that last week and you didn't do it, did you?
Because I didn't have a little bottle of Prosecco. I wasn't going to open a whole bottle of Prosecco just to try that one drink. So I've got the little bottle now.
So this week, Mercedes
and Diet Cocaine. Listen, we did some polls.
We did do some polls. Yes.
We polled the life out of... We did some poleaxing.
Yeah.
Now, lots of people were saying that they do have a beepy fridge.
Yes.
So, 48% of people said... So I asked, does your fridge have an aggressive beep? It was exactly split 50-50.
Wow.
169 votes said yes. 169 votes said no.
Wow.
And then I said, if it does the beep annoy you? 57% of people said yes, it annoys me. I actually got some messages saying it's the most annoying thing.
It is. It absolutely is.
Then I asked, do people think that my suggestion to you about the gaffer tape on the pod was a helpful one?
Yeah.
40% said no, piss off, Pats. It's down to the fridge guys.
Thank you, fridge manufacturers.
37%. So 66 votes said down to the fridge guys. 61 votes said it's totally a good idea.
Right. Okay.
So I think we can pretty much say we've got an even splittage.
I think because I had a few people also messaging in general about noise. You know, all the shit in your kitchen that makes noises. Your hob, like my hob, makes a noise if you leave a cloth on
Kettle,
it.
Your microwave.
I think the kitchen environment is very triggering, and I hate that word.
Wow. I think it's just a very over-sensory stimulating place, isn't it?
I just don't think we need that much going on.
Well, also you've got your not only have you got your sounds, you've got your smells. It's very big on your sensory action.
I think we've just gone very health and safety crazy. Everything has got to beep at you. Everything's got to tell you, I'm finished, or you've left that open, or you've put a cloth on me, or you put a cloth on me. That's what my hob, even if I just leave a cloth over the area where you switch it on and off, it beeps at you.
Talking about cloths on the hob. Last Sunday, not the Sunday just gone, the Sunday before, I nearly set fire to the kitchen.
Wow.
Tea towel on the old gas.
See, now, that's where you need a jeffing beep.
Yeah, I didn't have a bit. I was like, what's that? And then I was like, oh my God, that tea towel's on fire.
It's not until you smell burning.
Yeah.
I mean, what the heck? Why are we not putting beeps on flame?
Why are we not putting beeps on flame?
You know, my electric hob, nothing is going to happen there, right? But if I leave a cloth on the area where I can switch it on and off, it's going to tell me you've left the cloth there.
Yeah. No. Well, there we go. Remember, look, there's loads of ways that you can get in touch with us. We love hearing all your bits and pieces for general chat. You can find Ange and I both on Instagram. I'm at Ruth Gordon. She's at Ange Gordon.
And you can find the podcast on Facebook, Instagram and TikTok. Just search Finding the Funny Podcast.
Or you can send us an email, findingthefunnypodcast@gmail.com.
Heavily into with Rossi D. Woods. Heavily into with Rossi D. Woods. What is he heavily into this week?
Bosh.
Okay, we're going.
We're going.
We're live.
We're live.
Rossi, you're back. We missed you last week.
I'm back. Sorry I was gone.
It was a bit of an odd one.
Gone. It was an odd one last week. Yeah, I was slightly busy.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry. I do apologise.
Oh, no. Do not apologise, Rossi, at all. I meant it was odd in the sense that it was odd without you.
Oh, well.
Really odd without you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like losing a limb.
It actually is.
It was.
Yeah, I felt like I'd lost a limb.
Yeah, a leg.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, a
I
leg.
was thinking more hand.
Oh,
Yeah,
right.
if I was to lose a limb, it would probably... No, I'm not going to talk about that. That's awful, isn't it?
Yeah, let's not go down that rabbit warren. But we'd love to know what you've been heavily into.
Yes.
Oh, well, since the last time, because I was going to do the show last week, and I was heavily into The White Lotus, which is a TV program.
Yes.
Series that it's been on for quite a while now, but I only just got into it, so I finished that off, which is effing brilliant.
Effing.
I don't know why I said that. I should have just said fucking. What the hell's wrong with me?
We liked the self-censoring.
Yeah, I self-censored myself. Self. Yeah, but I have heavily been into Vinted this week. Vinted. You know what Vinted is?
Really? Have you?
Yeah, well, I've never really... My wife is really heavily into Vinted. Like, you can't get any sense out of her because she's fucking vinting. Can you call it that, vinting?
She's vinting.
Don't talk to me, I'm vinting.
She's vinting. I'm saying, what are you fucking doing? Oh, I'm vinting. She's permanently vinting.
Right. Now, Rossi,
So,
I need to know a bit because I'm not sure about these sites.
Okay, neither was I. I thought,
No.
listen, there's second-hand clothes, darling.
Yeah.
Listen.
They're going to have stains in the pits. You're probably going to, I mean,
they're gonna stink.
What shit are you going to get?
Yeah.
Right, so I'm going to tell you what I got, and I was heavily. I was neverly heavily into Vinted up until now because I was looking for some Dr. Martens, right?
Right.
Black Dr. Martin Chelsea boots, and like they're they're nearly 200 quid in some places. I'm a tight little bastard.
And we're also in a crisis.
We're in a
crisis.
I'm a tight little one. And I said to Luce, the wife, you know, I know it's weird that I've got a wife. If anyone hasn't listened to this podcast before, I do have a wife. I'm not a raving iron.
He is a raving homosexual.
I'm a raving homosexual, but I've got a cover up, and that's my wife Lucy.
That's right.
Anyway,
Lucy's the beard.
Lucy's the beard to my waxed physique. Anyway, so I've turned to the beard and I've said, as I was painting my nails, I've said, please get on Vinted, babes. I've said, I need the Dr. Martens. Can you have a scout? Because she's always on it.
Yeah.
It's a bit like, it's a Class A drug Vinted to her.
Yeah,
anyway,
I think it is. When you get into it, I think you heavily get into it.
Anyway, so she's got into it. She's found a pair of these Dr. Martens, 50 quid. 50 quid, right? And I've said, order them. And I thought, oh shit, I'm going to get them. I'm going to get Verucas. I'm going to have to put Veruca socks on.
Yeah.
They've turned up and they are in proper nick. They are...
Really?
And the thing with Dr. Martens is they've actually been kind of worn in a bit. So they're perfect. Because when you first get them, it's like wearing concrete blocks on your fucking feet. So they're perfect. So Vinted, if any... You can get a right bargain off of them.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Is it, like, what do you have to, like... So... just give me the deets, a bit more deets about it.
Right, I'm going to give you the deets of Vinted. Yeah. Well, all I know is, right, so you can sell stuff on it and you can buy. So there are no selling fees, so anyone can sell it. So you can just put, like, whatever you're wearing now, you could just take a photo and sell it, basically. Put it on.
Do you want this?
Do you want this? You can put and then the buyer has to pay a buyer protect. Fuck knows. Anyway, so the buyer can buy it, and then you send it to them, and then Bob's your uncle. It's a bit like Facebook Marketplace, if you like, but you don't get any cunts. Yeah, but for clothes. You don't get people saying, "Is this still available?" Then you never hear from them. After a year, they come back and say, "Is this still available?" No, you fucking prick.
No, it's gone, you dickhead.
No, that was in 1992. It's now 2023. You silly prick. Yes, I have sold it.
I've got loads of clothes, right, that are like just haven't ever been worn. Like I didn't send. I'm a bit shit at sending clothes back.
A bit
on the internet.
A bit.
I've got better. But anyway, every time Margs, our mum, comes here to clean our house, she's like, "You should get all that stuff on Vinted."
Exactly.
Well, do you know what?
That's all she ever says.
Crazy.
She said to me yesterday, right? Now, it's funny you bring Vinted to the table.
Funny.
Today.
It is funny that you bring that.
I know it is. Well, that's why I tried, and I try my best.
Well, because when I saw Margs yesterday, right, she was on about selling shit. I don't know what shit she's trying to sell.
Oh, I don't think you can sell shit on there.
No, I don't. I mean, get away with selling her.
Gillian McKeith would probably buy it, but that's the only one.
But that's it.
Well, not literal shit, just some of her own shit, right?
Go on. And
I swear, if she asked me once, she asked me half a dozen times, right?
Yeah, go on.
And do you think I'd be able to sell that on Vinted? So I went, I don't know, Mum. I've never used Vinted. 2 minutes later. Do you know much about Vinted? No, I don't know anything about Vinted. I'm going to basically put Margs in touch with Luke with the beard.
I'll get her in touch with the beard.
Yeah.
Because I love it the way we're calling my wife a beard. I think that's brilliant. The hairy chest. Get her in touch with the hairy chest because Also, obviously, we've got a little boy and he's 2. Baby clothes are brilliant to buy off of them.
Yeah.
But there was this one horror. I've only had one horror story. This woman was selling a pair of baby Vans, right? The van trainers.
Yeah.
We thought, they look good, so we bought them.
Yeah.
They turned up, right, and they
Yeah.
looked like someone had just worn them on the beach and then gone into the sea, come out of the sea. We opened the box. There was sand everywhere. So we got in touch. We said to this woman, "Excuse me, the pictures do not look like they've been in the fucking sea or down bloody Great Yarmouth." And she said, "Oh, that wasn't me." I thought, okay. Right.
What? The postie just added a load of sand.
The postie pulled it out and covered it in fucking...
Chucked them in.
50% grit and 50% sand. Yeah, you fucking lying bitch. Anyway, so yeah. You do get horror stories, so be careful, Mummy Margs.
Does Lucy sell stuff on Vinted?
She does, yeah, she does.
Right, so she is heavily into it.
She is heavily. She says, but the thing is, she's got so heavily into it. The people down our local shop, the corner shop, they know her.
Yeah.
They know her. She doesn't even need to show ID to pick up a parcel anymore. She goes in, they just chuck it. Oh, there she. How many? Or they say this to her: "How many do you want?" And she goes, "Oh, I don't know." And they go, "You have 2." I think she's taking anyone's now.
Yeah. She's like, "Is it from Vinted? I'll have it."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it for me or is it for Margs? That's what's going to happen now. Yeah.
Mummy Margs needs to get on it if she's got a lot to sell.
Well, to sell that stuff on Vinted.
Times are hard. Heating bills are high. Get the fucking stuff sold.
You know, and she just I mean, obviously, Rossi, you don't know Margs, so apologies.
I don't know. I've heard a lot about her.
You know, Pats, when she just
she goes on and on.
And I just think, Mum, are you listening to what I've said to you? You've asked me now 2 or 3 times about Vinted. I've told you I don't know anything about it, and you continue to ask me. And every time I go, Mum, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then I think, oh God, is this the future?
Yeah.
Oh, this is the future. Yeah. I know I'm going to be this woman one day.
Yeah.
Is Mark's just pointed at random stuff like a curtain or something, saying, "Can we?
Can I put that on Vinted?"
Like the cat. The cat's like got a limp.
She's in a hotel and she's like, "This tablecloth. Do you reckon we can get this on Vinted?"
Yeah. These towels,
anyway.
They're not yours, Margs. I know, but can we sell them on Vinted?
Could we get them on Vinted though? I want to know. Do you know what? I'm feeling ever so slightly delirious.
Brilliant.
Oh,
that's great.
I've been in the office all day today, and I'm in a bit of a stupid mood.
Yeah.
Oh God, have you accidentally chewed a weird gummy or something?
Yeah, I feel like I've had to suppress quite a lot of my giggles.
Wind.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
Anyway, Angie, what have you been heavily into?
Right. Okay. Now, this is a heavily into, but it could also fall into getting on my shitting tits. It's a bit of a heavily into shits. I don't know really. It's sort of merged.
Heavily into tits.
You're heavily into tits.
Heavily into tits.
Yeah.
But right.
I can't wait.
We got well, when I say we, not me actually, because I'm not that fussed. Anyway, Ian got a Nespresso machine for Christmas, right? Now,
George Clooney. Now, I am not. I don't know. I'm not too sure about these gadgets. Right. They get on my nerves a bit because I just think they're a bit flashy. They're a bit. I don't know. I'm just not sure about them. Anyway, yes. Yeah, show offy.
Yes. Anyway, since getting the Nespresso, right?
Yeah.
You obviously get all these pods that you have like different coffees for. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know some of the names of the coffee pods?
No.
Oh, no,
right.
Go on.
Now, this is the thing that I'm a bit heavily into. And I find myself, a bit like last week's, I find myself doing some shit sort of on my own. And I was in my kitchen and I thought, right, I'll have one of these Ponzi coffees. Right, I'll just have one. I'll just push the boat out. I'll have a look, see what it's about. Go to get one of these pods, right? And I found myself saying the pod name as if I was Harry Potter and I was doing a magic spell. Okay?
Expelliarmus.
Basically, yes. So I'm looking through all the pods and I see one, I go, oh, El Stormio. And then I find another one, Gran Lungo Fortado. And then there's another one called Voltesso.
Oh.
Alticio. Tocanto. These are all the name, right? And then I'm starting to get a bit pissed off. I'm like,
I'll just have a tea.
yes, yes, basically, Rossi, yes.
I'm just gonna have an Earl Grey. Fuck off, yeah.
Like, I don't know. I went from I'm heavily into the pods to actually they're really pissing me off now. These pods.
Right. What coffee did you go for?
I went for the Granlungo Furtado.
Right.
Oh yeah, that's one of my favourites. That
yes, yes.
How was it? How was
Shit.
the Furtado?
Shit.
Fucking
It
shit.
wasn't very nice.
Well, I don't
Fuck
rate
George
them.
Clooney, you lying bastard.
Yeah,
You don't rate them.
I don't. They're not
No.
hot. Man is not hot.
Man is not hot.
No, you can't say that. No.
No, it's not hot. Right, I did my Granlungo Furtado. Put it in the thing. Whip it. You have to put it down. Whip it round.
Yeah,
push
whip
the
it-
button.
Nellie's brother.
Yeah.
Brother of Nelly.
Yeah.
Right. Had a sip. Right, and I thought, well, that's jeffing freezing. I ended up having to put it in the microwave to make it hot, and then
dear,
I'm
no.
like, right, we're just dicking around here now.
Yeah, that's not. That never
Do you
happened to
see?
George
Do you
Clooney.
see
Do
how
you
I've
see?
gone from heavily into
Yeah.
to this is actually quite annoying?
I'd
Well,
be
I
angry.
think now that's going to be the same with Vinted because every time you see Mum, she's just
Yeah.
going to ask you, "Can I put this on
Can
Vinted?"
I put that on Vinted, Ange? Do you know much about
I
Vinted,
think-
Ange? No.
I would put you an espresso on Vinted. Get
I'd
that
bloody
right on
get
the
it.
fucking win. Just get it on with all
Get
those
it on
fucking
Vinted.
pods. Yeah,
Who
piss
comes
off.
up with these names?
Dickheads, that's who.
Dickheads.
Prick.
Also,
basically.
the other thing as well
Bunch of
is
pricks.
because Ian's got an espresso and he must have had some other dick thing at some point, right?
Oh,
Right.
But he is now.
has he been to the doctors?
He should really with a dick
He
thing.
should. He should.
You
with
have
the
the dick thing. Always go to
Yeah.
the doctors if you've got a dick
If
thing.
you've
The
got a
dick
dick
That's
thing.
my saying. That's my motto in life.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Ian is basically now an ambassador of Nespresso.
What? That is bollocks. What does that even mean?
Exactly.
He's an ambassador
Like the
of
Ferrero
Nespresso.
Rocher ambassador.
Exactly, Rossi. Oh, ambassador, you're spoiling us.
Yeah, well,
You
you're
know,
shitting
that
pods
shit.
now. Fuck off.
Yeah, take your
So what does
Granlungo
that mean?
Furtado.
What does that mean? That he...
And
I
ram
don't
him up
know,
Harry
but
Potter's
now I just basically go around saying, "Oh, hello, Ambassador Ian. Are you having a coffee today?"
So
you also,
kinky.
you
That
also
is
get
so
a penny.
sexy.
You get like a barista penny with it.
Oh my god, that is
Yeah.
dickish.
Oh.
Absolute dickish behaviour. I
That
mean,
is utter
basically,
bollocks.
And
you
you
could
can-
put Nespresso into every category that we talk about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Does it make a frothy sound as well when you're
Yeah, yeah, it does all that
Mm.
shit. Yeah.
Oh god.
Yeah.
using it? It's so fucking
Yeah.
Nero,
Has
isn't
he
it?
got
Yeah.
double-walled glasses?
What?
You know those like.
Oh yeah, those.
Yes.
Now, right, they also irritate me.
Right.
Right? I've decided I
Yeah.
don't
Double.
like drinking out of glass cups. No, hang on, that doesn't make sense.
No.
No, it does. I know what you mean
Do you
now.
know what I
was
mean?
thinking.
Do you don't like having coffee out of glasses?
No,
Right.
I don't like that where you can see the brown liquid.
Why?
I don't know. I just don't
I
like
think
it.
no, but if it's a trendy coffee like the ones you're talking, I don't know.
No.
I don't know.
Be just
What
be
about-
with me, Rossi.
What about because
Yeah.
Rochelle Humes loves those walled glass, doesn't she?
Of
Walled
course she
glasses.
does.
Mm,
Oh,
For her matcha.
Yeah, that can go.
Course
fucking
she
bin as
does.
well.
Yeah, she.
I bet Rochelle
loves-
Humes has never sold anything on Vinted.
I
I
bet,
bet
she
bloody
hasn't. No,
No, but she's
I
never
bet she
bought anything on
doesn't.
Vinted either.
Absolutely not.
no,
Absolutely not.
absolutely
Double
not.
glassy. No.
Well, I have been heavily into
Go
Yeah.
on, Ruth.
Happy Valley.
Oh yes.
Now, I'm really late to the party with this, but
Yeah.
yesterday, I won't say too much in case people haven't watched it, but there's a particular scene in
Mm.
series 1. Oh,
Mhm.
actually, I will say it because it doesn't really give. I'm not at the end of series 1 yet, is it? But this police officer gets run over,
Oh God.
dear.
and it is one of the most traumatic things I've seen on the telly.
Wow.
Really?
Honestly,
Right.
I was like, oh my god, Matthew. I
Is it?
needed to debrief this with somebody.
Yeah.
Matthew
Wow.
could not give a shit.
No.
No.
I was like, I paused it and I was like, Marty,
Mm,
what? And he
I-
just looked up from his computer. He was like, well, yeah, she got run over.
yeah.
Oh Jesus.
I was like,
well, no.
do you Have you seen what he was like? Well, yeah, it's a TV show. She's got an over.
I can't even watch Casualty or Animal Hospital, so I can't watch that.
Casualty or Animal Hospital.
Oh no.
Casualty. Do you know one of my favourite Lee Evans bits in his stand-up is when he says,
I love Lee Evans.
Casualty, you watch it. You know what's going to happen at the beginning. You see a guy up a ladder. He's on the phone to his wife. Nothing's going to happen to me, darling. I'm going to go. He's in it. He's fucking in it this week.
He's in it. Yeah.
He's dead. He's dead.
Yeah, by the end of the episode, and then you got a forklift truck driver on the phone to his mate. Nah, mate, I'm going to get home with no problems at all. I'll see you at the pub after. He's fucking in it this week.
Yeah.
Reversing with a blindfold on whilst holding a chainsaw. Yeah.
He's definitely in it.
He's in it this week.
Yeah.
But yeah, Happy Valley. We started watching it Friday, and I am obsessed.
Well, the beard.
Yeah.
She has watched season. Is there 3 seasons? I think there is.
We're on season
so she's
3
on the 3rd season, but she only watched them. And she's really happy actually because I'm going away to Copenhagen.
Yeah,
she's going to bleed and watch them. She's going to crack one off whilst watching them.
Yeah.
So the beard's going to get
Vinted open.
She's going to get the Vinted open. She's going to have the Sammy Girl on the side, bottle of Sammy Girl.
Yeah,
bottle of Stella. Bottle of
Stella.
She's going to be scratching her nuts whilst watching Happy Valley, whilst
living her best life.
The husband,
shit.
Because the husband's away. The gay husband, that is.
Yeah, husband.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, Happy Valley. If you haven't watched it, Sarah Lancashire is exquisite.
She's brilliant.
Yeah, she's sublime.
As is the guy, the son. The son. Or have I said something now?
Yeah, don't say any more.
Okay, sorry.
I know there's
a
son in it, but I haven't watched it, so.
Okay, I'll say no more.
Don't say any more now, guys.
Okay, fine.
That's it.
Fine. Move on.
Well, look, remember, there's loads. We love hearing what you're heavily into. And should we get any heavily intos in the box this week before we?
No, we did not get any heavily intos this week. No.
Well, look, we love hearing your heavily intos.
Yes.
There's loads of ways that you can get in touch with us. You can find me, Ange, and Rossi on Instagram and TikTok. I'm at Ruth Corden. Rossi is at Rossi D Woods. Ange is at Ange Corden.
And you can find the podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Just search Finding the Funny Podcast.
Or you can send us an email, findingthefunnypodcast@gmail.com. But Rossi, will you be back with us next week?
Get it.
I absolutely will.
Yes, Rossi.
Well, enjoy Copenhagen, darling.
Yes.
I will try. I'm going to try and get a bit of Danish bacon down me.
Oh, dude, a bit of pork. Get yourself a bit of pork.
Get some Danish pork right in your mouth immediately.
Don't know what the beard would say about that, but I will try.
She'll be having a great time watching Happy Valley whilst looking at Vinted, scratching her nuts and drinking Stella.
Wow.
Drinking Stella, bosh.
Bosh.
Job done.
Right, I have got a fact to bring you, but I think it's quite shit.
Right, okay, well, let's go with it.
Have you got a tits as a backup?
A backup dancer?
Have you got a backup tits?
Or we could just do an Urban.
Okay, well, look, here's my fact.
Yes.
Right? You know EastEnders?
Yes.
Did you know that every episode of EastEnders is a day? So every episode will open with somebody eating breakfast in the cafe or turning up the breakfast radio or getting up out of bed. And every episode will end with someone drawing the curtains, getting into bed, turning the lights off, the square being dark. Did you know that?
I never knew that, but now it's come. You've brought it to my attention. I see it.
Isn't that quite cool?
That is. How did you find this fact out?
I can't remember who told me, but and then when they pointed it out, I was like, oh my gosh, yeah! Every single episode opens with a breakfast scene, and it always ends. And Matthew and I caught a bit of EastEnders, which I'm going to say to you, you would know every single. No, you'd know every single character.
Yeah, from like the 80s.
Yeah. The only people
Yeah.
that aren't in it are Dirty Den and,
Well, and that's because he's dead.
Yeah, and there's his wife, whoever she was called.
I think she's also
Angie.
dead. No, I don't
Was
think
she
she's
Angie?
dead. She was Angie, yeah, Den and
she
Angie, wasn't it? Yeah.
But honestly, Phil Mitchell,
Yeah,
Sharon's in there,
Sharon's
you've got
in.
Billy.
Yeah.
Like,
Who's the woman with the black hair?
Cat.
Yeah,
Kat
she's
Slater.
in there.
You've got Alfie Moon, aka Shane Ritchie.
Yeah.
Honestly, I was like, flipping heck, I feel like I'm back in the 90s watching this. But as it came to an end, I was like, oh yeah,
this is
every episode is
actually very clever, isn't it?
Isn't that clever to think that you sort of do a whole day in the square?
Yeah. I mean, it's still shit.
Yeah, it is shit, isn't it?
It is shit.
I think out of all of the Stopes, EastEnders is one of the shit ones.
Stopes.
I like a bit of Corrie.
I know you're weird like that though. You do like weird shit.
Why does that mean I like weird shit?
Well, you know, why are you dicking around watching Corrie?
Why not?
Because it's shit.
Why are you dicking around not watching Corrie?
Because it's shit.
Have you watched it recently?
Yep. And guess what?
It's shit.
It was shit.
But yeah, that was my little factoid.
That's actually a very interesting fact, actually.
Every episode in EastEnders is a day.
That is, I'm pleased you've brought that fact.
You'll do breakfast, and often they'll do a lunch scene. You know, someone having lunch in the vehicle. It is breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah.
Someone.
I'm actually going to watch it now to see.
Yeah, someone will take the sandwiches to Phil at the mechanic yard.
Yeah.
You know,
someone will be in there having a pie in the pub or something.
That's it. And then you'll do the nighttime bedtime scene at the end,
where someone gets stabbed.
Yeah, or someone's like, "Get out of my pub."
Get it.
Yeah. What was that with Peggy Mitchell? I mean, God rest her soul, Barbara Windsor. She's no longer with us.
Yeah.
But she loved
yeah, she did.
Get out of my pub.
Yeah, it was like a line, wasn't it?
Oh, that was her tagline. Yeah. But I can't believe Phil Mitchell's still kicking around.
Yeah. I mean, at least the other. What was the other one?
Grant.
I mean, at least he's moved. I mean, again, he's now doing documentaries and shit, and he
does all of his like
jails and stuff.
Yeah, what's his name? What's his real name?
Oh.
Grant
Ross Kemp.
Ross Kemp. I was gonna try and call him Grant something else. What's his name? Grant Mitchell. What's his name? Grant Mitchell. Isn't that his name? Yeah, Ross Kemp.
Yeah.
Ross Kemp on gangs.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Ross Kemp on
Ross
the American...
Kemp on gangs.
Yeah. Ross Kemp on drug running. But he goes into those documentaries like he is Grant Mitchell, doesn't he?
He does, yeah.
I'm like he's a member
in
of the
Mexico,
SAS.
meeting one of the baddest gangs around, and I'm gonna take him down. It's all that shit, isn't it?
Yeah, Ross Kemp SAS. Yeah, Ross Kemp, America's hardest jails. Yeah,
and they're always shit, aren't they?
Well, I think he's won a couple of awards actually. I don't think you can say they're all shit.
Well, I mean,
I just feel like I don't feel like they're shit. I just feel like they're hammed up quite a lot.
But yeah, just no. I mean, you know, look at Louis Theroux. Yeah, he goes into all these.
You cannot, and I will not compare Grant Mitchell to Louis Theroux.
No, but what I mean is you don't.
That is like saying me and you are on a par when I'm clearly the Louis Theroux of this partnership. Before you know it, you're going to be doing Angie on Britain's toughest jails. Ross Kemp is going to be in touch before you know it. And I'm going to be like, great, I'm off to do some stuff with Louis. See you later.
Yeah. I'm going to go and do some really good stuff with Louis. You just piss off with Ross, yeah?
Yeah.
Go to some shit jails.
Yeah.
And talk like that.
Yeah. That is how it talks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, that was actually a very good fact, Pat. Well done.
Okay, thanks. I'm pleased it went somewhere.
Well done.
Thanks. So yeah, well, I'm pleased you enjoyed that fact. I'm pleased you found it fun.
Facts. And we haven't done a fact for a while.
We haven't, have we? And when I remembered that fact, I thought, oh, that's quite a good one to bring.
Yeah, bring it.
Well, look, that's it. We've gone through another episode.
Stormed it.
Thanks so much for listening. As always, remember there's loads of ways that you can find Ange, myself, and Rossi. We're all on Instagram. I'm at Ruth Gordon, Ange is at Ange Gordon, and Rossi is Rossi D. Woods.
And you can find the podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. Just search Finding the Funny Podcast.
Or you can send us an email, which we absolutely love getting. And the email address is findingthefunnypodcast@gmail.com. But for now, Ange and I will be back next week helping you to find more of the funny.